here we are in our press room in Bakersfield. Months ago, this is one of the improvements we implemented as a team. Because if you recall from a previous video or a couple years ago, this was set up completely different, and we had a hard time kind of tracking our toner inventory and all that stuff. So this has been a great improvement. It makes sense to keep this here. But if you notice back here, we also have this shelf that's kind of random that serves no real purpose. It's not really accessible, you know, as technically a safety hazard, because we're not supposed to have anything behind the printer over here. So we took a measuring tape and I made the realization that that smaller shelf would actually fit here. So we're thinking of taking this shelf out, pre-assing it, and then moving it over here to swap spots so we can have more optimal use for our space. So the toner will still be readily available in the printing room, but now we can utilize that shelf more efficiently to hopefully eliminate some motion and transportation, because we also realized we print most of our stickers right here on the 7100, but all our inventory for our labels is actually across the room over here. And so this is a whole nother area we need to work on and like improve. But again, one thing at a time. You know, we're not trying to do big Kaizen events in one go. That's a lot to handle. So our goal today is to swap out the shelves, and then hopefully move some of that inventory for our sticker and label material up here, so that it's more accessible. Again, we're eliminating transportation, we're eliminating motion. We're opening up that space over there to hopefully reorganize the rest of our shop and use that space more efficiently. So we'll tackle that space in another video or another time. In the meantime, we're going to work on this for now.
So right now I'm just taking off the items on the top shelves, so it doesn't fall over when we're moving it over there. Right now I'm just going to move this out of the way first because that's larger, so I feel like that just needs to get out of the way faster. But right now we're just going to do a little swap between the two, and hopefully make some space for each other.
So me and Lawrence just finished moving both shelves. We have this one and then we have that one. But while we're doing that, we're going to take the opportunity to sweep, because we have some little friends that are hiding back there. So in clearing out both shelves, we kind of keep finding more and more waste. So one of those, I think we're going to move all our booklet paper over to where the 9100 is. That's our main booklet machine, so we might as well do it. And we're going to consolidate a lot of this paper. 8.5 by 11. You can see how yellow it is compared to the 9 by 12, which we always use, and this we never use. So we're just going to toss this. We're going to only keep 2 paper sizes in stock. 100-pound gloss text 9 by 12, 70-pound text 9 by 12, and everything else I think we're just going to toss. Then hopefully we can move like a lot of the toner back over here.
Alright, so this is our work in progress. We basically took part of the afternoon chip away at this setup. You can see we kind of opened up the space a little bit more right here, make it easier to move through. We got rid of that big shelf, and we still got to 3S it and go through, take inventory of what we have. But we're going to use this probably for our sticky labels. Now we completely reorganized our flow over here. We ended up moving the other shelf that was over here previously, moved it over here, and then we moved the computer and we consolidated some space by moving the monitor on top of the printer. This is kind of a similar arrangement we have at the other shops. And so it actually opened up a little walkway between the two printers, so we have a flow that we can access if we have to. We moved some papers that are commonly used on the for the 9100, like booklets, like your cut down paper for booklets. They usually run on that machine, so we moved it to that space over there, and then we took the label material and moved it over here. So the labels are typically ran on the 71. We still have to label everything and finalize the arrangement, but now we have our labels here. We added an additional rack so we can have more storage space. We moved our tablet and our scan gun over here. Now we have a trash can right next to where the paper is. So we eliminated a lot of motion, over processing in the setup. Again, it's still a work in progress. This is not the final result. We just wanted to show you kind of a sneak peek, but you can already see it's a much more efficient use of the space, and we're trying to be optimal with our resources and minimize the transportation and motion required to complete our workflow. And so again, we're gonna keep working at this, and we'll come back shortly with the final result.